Yeah, I mean, you gotta admit the game do change when serious things come into play. Somebody get hands put on them, somebody lose their life, somebody get hurt, somebody get robbed. You know, songs is one thing, hip hop is one thing, rapping is one thing, internet trolling and subliminals and all that. That be one thing. But somebody got punched in the face. Somebody else got laid out and left unconscious. Somebody else got pounded out and walked away stumbling. Yeah, it changes things, man. It changes things. Boosie might have been right.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry True Podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
What up? What up? So we're gonna stay on this hot topic right now, the talk of the town, the talk of hip hop. Got a lot of iconic figures weighing in. We saw 50 Cent trolling, but we expected that because him and Rick Ross go back for ages, right? But Drake and Rick Ross. So yesterday when we did a live, you know, we tried to add some comic relief. We tried to have some fun. We laughed a little bit at that comedy skit of Rick Ross getting the hell up out of there when they chased him out of there and all that. And that was pretty much inspired because Rick Ross is clowning. Rick Ross is laughing. And then I got serious in the live and I said, yo, you know, Rick Ross, we laughing because you laughing, but you shouldn't be laughing. Like, actually, you're lucky. Your career, your image could have been altered forever if you was the one that got left unconscious, because technically they caught y'all. Whoever they is, whoever the responsible parties are. I'm seeing information come out about that, but I'll let that play out separately. Now, when you got somebody like Uncle Luke, who is heavily, heavily, heavily respected, an elder statesman, an OG in hip hop, somebody that people respect and listen to, you got to listen. You got to listen. There are certain people that speak out and they've been around, you know, forever. They done put work in. They done seen a lot happen. They done lived through the good, the bad, and they earn our ears. They earn our respect, whether we agree or disagree. All right. For example, Trick. I seen Trick speak out. These are people that have garnered the respect where, you know, if they weigh in on something like this, especially if they are coming from that OG standpoint and they're trying to give some advice to the youth that's coming up underneath them, you might want to listen, right? So I did listen to Uncle Luke speak on this. And of course, he's from 305. So I took it with a grain of salt, but he had some real stuff to say.
The whole fighting my boy Ross and his guys in Canada, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. That don't happen. That don't supposed to happen. And what's more unacceptable is when Mr. Drake liked the post. That also is unacceptable. I expect more out of Mr. Drake. When there's violence, you don't condone it. You should be bigger than that. Mr. Drake, you should be bigger than that. When there's
I admit, man, now Rick Ross got his faults in the situation, of course, because on his song, he's talking some street shit. And these guys are both powerful people. They're both multimillionaires. They feed a lot of people. They have a lot of friends, a lot of family, a lot of support, even fanatics and fans, people that aren't directly tied to them, but will do something for them just on their behalf. So Rick Ross, Drake, powerful people, right? Hate it or love it, powerful people. So Rick Ross has his stake in the overall totality of how some of this stuff is playing out. I'm not trying to say he's innocent, but what Uncle Luke just said about Drake, very, very true. And if we really get serious for a second, we got to pay attention to those type of signs. Now, I know Drake a lot of times gets painted in a category of being immature and still living, you know, that younger man lifestyle and never fully committing to women. And, you know, people have certain views on him as far as fatherhood, whatever bucket you paint him in, right? I don't know the man personally, so I could never fully sit out there and talk outside of just my perspectives. But I admit, when Uncle Luke makes you think about it for a second, that's true. Co-signing and liking all of those comments of people talking about Ross, or the videos going viral of him getting punched in the face, and that's a heavy co-sign. And I want to put the shoe on a different foot. When you talk about hip hop and you talk about rap beef or battle rap, we are all here for it. I know Boosie will get on interviews and be like, I don't want to see the rap battles because it's going to lead to something. When they cross paths, the egos, the hanger-ons, the entourage, the friends, they're going to activate. He's right. I know we laugh when Boosie does his interviews. He's overly charismatic and all that, but he's fucking right. Boosie is right, okay? But we love the battle rap. We're all here for the music. That's what we want. We crave it. We all want another diss track from these guys. But when somebody gets inserted into violence, and when I say put the shoe on another foot, I want to look at Kendrick, somebody that I do give credit for being the more mature of the two, Kendrick and Drake. I do believe that Kendrick Lamar is ahead of Drake in terms of mentality, in terms of navigating life and his perspective on life. Because when somebody got shot, that security guard got shot in front of Drake crib. Imagine if Kendrick would have trolled. Imagine if we would have seen him liking all of those articles and whatnot. Imagine that raises it, that changes things, because you want to be able to think, or at least assume, that Drake and Kendrick, if you put them in a room together, they can talk because they rapped. Rap beef. At the end of the Heart Part 6, what was Drake saying? I want to say thank you, getting me out, get a chance to, get the rust off, spar, go back and forth. Drake was talking rap shit at the end of his last track, even after all the disrespect of people putting children on him, pedophilia on him, and all that type of stuff, those type of accusations. Even after all of that, he still, at the end of that song, said, thank you for having me come outside and get the rust off and practice. It was fun to get some bars off. I'm glad I got you to come out too. He's still talking rap shit, rap battle shit, right? Now imagine then if somebody gets shot in front of Drake's crib and then Kendrick trolls that. Drake got to be like, we was rap battling. I was begging you to come outside and rap with me. Drop. And yeah, I do feel disrespected. Yeah, I do hate some of the shit that you put on my name, but it is a rap battle. It is. All right, cool. You got that. But somebody just got shot. He did the same thing with Pusha T. It claimed that, I could handle the mama jokes and all of this or whatever. But what you said about 40 and his condition, there's just certain things you can't return from. Like it's outside of battle rap. We battle rap heads know that. There's certain things that you can say that's just past. I'm gonna let you say a lot of disrespectful shit to me in the sake of hip hop, art, and battle rap. But when I feel like you're like, oh, you're dead homies, smoking on my op pack, your best friend is dying slowly. Ha ha ha! Somebody just got shot in front of your crib. Ha ha ha! You just got punched in the face in Canada. It's different. I know there's no rules and there's no book and no exact guideline to this shit. But if you know those small little, that I can step on that line right there, but I can't cross that one over there. You just know, or else don't even be in a rap battle. So I agree with Luke here, man. For Drake to be co-signing physicality the way Kendrick did it when something happened in front of his crib is wrong, and it raises the stakes. Because here's the thing about it. A lot of people's already saying that Drake ain't send that. But like Luke says, half the country still is going to believe that you sent that, or you're at least responsible for it indirectly, because it's all tied to the beef. So co-signing it, laughing about it, trolling about it, that's the areas that we say are past the line. I agree with Luke.
The violence, you don't condone that. You don't like no posters and all that, because here's what happens. There's always a backlash of it all. here's what happens when now you've inserted yourself. Even if you were not involved, half of the country think you set the man up. They book a show in Canada, and you send your goons out there to agitate and start a fight with Ross, and y'all do what you do on the TV. Half the country think that. When you
And that's just how the internet unfolds shit. So the fact that this has all happened in the midst of this battle rap war, right? It happens in Canada. It happens to Rick Ross. It happens while They Not Like Us is playing. That's all like what everybody could see and just put that stripe on Drake's jacket. Everybody, right? Before Drake trolls, before he comes out and does a Happy Canada Day and all that, before he starts liking posts and all that, before everybody's gonna put it there regardless. But then you still got all these other factors that you could add on. Dude, Rick Ross did disrespect Drake on a battle rap level. He did. And Drake disrespected Rick Ross too. Called him out his name and brought up the CO stuff. And he's even liking shit with Rick Ross's baby mother. I don't know what's going on with Rick Ross and his baby mother. That woman is just far gone with her venom and vitriol for Rick Ross. But he comments on her post, "You my goat." Now you're even talking about my BM. Now, don't get it twisted. This is your BM putting herself out here in the public and all that. But yo, it's certain lines that are just being crossed. And when I talk about the general dots, even versus the more underground and more intricate stuff, it's being uncovered that the guy that punched Rick Ross in the face, I'm just saying, they brought up his Instagram. Dude had to delete his Instagram. They showed he was wearing some Hell's Angel jacket or whatever. Then we go back to the Family Matters video. Who is this guy that Drake is talking to in the third verse of that diss song? Some Hell's Angels guy. Oh, Drake is tapped in with the Hell's Angels up there in Toronto and Canada and all that. So all these connections start happening. Once again, whether Drake made a call, sent a text message or a DM and say, "Hey, there goes Rick Ross, go do something for me." Whether he did that or not, all the associations, all the dots being connected, as well as the public outlook on this whole beef, they're gonna put it on you. They're gonna put it on you. So you got three options there. You can de-escalate. You can say, "Yeah, I just want to let everybody know, man, look, he ain't fucking with me by no means necessary. He don't got more money than me." I seen Drake laugh about that before. Rick Ross, he don't got more money than me. I'm the one that gave him all his hits. He still got to do performances with all my features. That's all real shit. I'll kill him on. But as far as all that, yeah, I don't need it. I'm good. Yeah, come on, can't everybody stand down? Chill. We ain't doing that. He could have de-escalated, right? The other option is just do like Kendrick did when something happened in front of his crib. Shut the fuck up and be quiet. Don't say nothing, right? That third option of co-signing, there's only but so many ways to interpret that. So I know we all here for the rap beef. I know there be some funny stuff that happens and we all get entertained by it, but we all do have the responsibility of sometimes reeling ourselves back in. I do the same for me. Reel myself back in, I definitely amassed my level of wisdom and experiences, right? But I still consume from other sources of information. And this message from Luke, I'm not even going to play the whole thing. I think it's very, very powerful. And I feel like, unfortunately, Uncle Luke, maybe at this point in his career, doesn't have a big enough voice. And that's Uncle Luke. I feel like people are going to wash this message under the rug. You know what I'm saying? But it really takes just the people that are involved. I mean, Kendrick's Not Like Us video is going to drop soon, right? That's going to light everything back on fire again, right? Drake is still navigating all this shit. Rick Ross is, damn sure has to now. Kendrick is still navigating all this. Those are really the ones that it takes to say, everybody stand the fuck down. But it'd be messages like this from the Lukes of the world that at least hopefully help them think and say, all right, what certain boundaries that I want to set? Because is Drake really looking for Rick Ross to get dragged around Canada? And well, then I really don't know. I'm just going to assume that neither one of these guys involved, including Kendrick, wanted to go that far. So take heed to messages like this. Let's reel ourselves back in and realize, like, all right, once you start crossing certain lines of violence and whatnot, that changes the game. Let's all wheel this shit back in to rap battles because Kendrick and Drake made a shitload of money off of this beef. Even Rick Ross did too. He made a shitload of money off of it too. Everybody seen him went and monetized and went and did his diss song for Drake and all that and make a video to it. Hopefully they keep it that.